Hello, fourth graders, and welcome to Vocabulary Week 1. Every week, we're going to learn 5 new words that are fourth grade words that can help us with our work. So, vocabulary basically means the words that we know, words that we can use in our reading and our writing and in our speaking, and we'll understand them when we hear them or we read them. We have 5 words today, and what I want you to think about when you read these sentences, the underlined words are the new words for the week. And I want you to think about when you hear the sentence, I want you to think about what that word might mean if you are not sure already. So the first sentence says, she has a temporary tattoo that will wash off in a few days. So what do you think temporary means? The next sentence says, everyone is capable of learning new things. Capable. I wonder what that means. After your snack, you will proceed to do your homework. Proceed. Do you know what that means? Can you work it out by using the words around it in the sentence or thinking about what the sentence as a whole means? Sam is eager to meet new friends in fourth grade. Eager. What could that mean? It was generous of Grace to volunteer her time. So we have 5 words: temporary, capable, proceed, eager, and generous. And even if you already know these words and you might already know what they mean, that's great. We are also going to learn to spell these words this week. So these 5 words are really going to be a focus for us. So let's go and look more specifically at each one. So this first word is temporary, and that means something that will not last forever. Temporary. If something is temporary, it just exists for a short time, like the tattoo on the little girl's face or the face paint on the little girl's face. It's not going to last forever because it's going to wash off. Okay. Temporary is an adjective, so it's a word that describes something. So the face paint is temporary. We're describing it. Okay. So see if you can say the word temporary a few times yourself. And I want you to think of a way you could use the word temporary in a sentence. See if you could think of a sentence yourself that would use the word temporary. Like, doing school online is temporary. When there is a COVID vaccine or when the health department says we can go back to school in person, we will do it. So, online school is temporary. That might be my sentence. Our next word is capable, and that means to have the ability to do something. You can do something, you are able to do something. It's another adjective, so which means it's describing something. So if I'm saying you're very capable fourth graders, I'm describing the fourth graders and saying that you have the ability to do fourth grade. Okay? And again, think of a sentence where you might use the word capable. I'm capable of baking in the kitchen, like the boy in this picture. Proceed. This word means to continue after a pause or interruption. So maybe you come to a stop at a stop sign if your parents are driving in the car. And then after you've stopped at the stop sign, checked that it's your turn to go, your car would proceed or continue after a pause or an interruption. See, these children are jumping through the rope ladder, they're taking their turn and they're waiting, and then they will proceed when it is their turn. And proceed is a verb, it's an action. So you're doing something when you're proceeding. Again, think of when you could use this in a sentence. Maybe we will do morning meeting first thing at school, and then we will proceed with our math work. Okay, so we will continue our schoolwork, our math work, after a morning meeting or after an interruption in some form. The next word is eager. And that means to be excited or enthusiastic, like this boy who's just won a trophy and with his baseball. And that's another adjective, which means it's a describing word. It's describing how somebody is feeling or acting. He's acting eager, excited, or enthusiastic. So again, think of a sentence where you might use the word eager. I was eager to get to school today because I couldn't wait to see my friends. Okay. And our final word for the week is generous. And that means to be freely giving or sharing. And in the picture here, we have money. And sometimes when we talk about being generous, it might be being generous with our money, but it could also be generous with our time or our ability to do something. And that's another adjective. So it's describing someone. So I might say, she was a very generous friend, always helping me when I had trouble with my math. So she would be freely giving or sharing her time to help me out. Okay? So think of a sentence where you might use the word generous. If any of those words are new for you, you could practice saying them out loud and thinking of sentences for them. And actually, you have a vocabulary journal like this, and just inside on the very first page, you have a graphic organizers that look just like this, and you can see it on the screen. And for each word, I want you to, each of these 5 words, I want you to put the word in the middle of each, in the circle. Okay, so this would be temporary. The next one might be proceed, and then eager, generous. So you put one in the middle. Once you have the word in the middle, I also want you to add the definition. So you can go back through this slideshow. If you are just watching this on video and you didn't see the lesson live with me, go back through and fill out, what does that word mean? So the top square says definition, and that is, what does this word mean? So write the definition. So for temporary, the definition is something that will not last forever. And I also want you to write a sentence that uses that word. And I've given you some in the very first slide. And also we'll talk about it in the live lesson. But I want you to fill in a sentence that would use that particular word. Don't worry about these 2 boxes. We're going to deal with them tomorrow. And then go on to the next word. Write the word in here, write the definition, and then write a sentence. So write what it means, and then write a sentence using that word. Okay? So your vocabulary journal is going to have 5 words. So there's 3 on the first page. You're going to need to turn the page and continue until you've got 5 all filled in. By the end of the week, you're going to know these words really, really well, and they will have been added to your vocabulary.